5. Oh, it's a countdown. Hey, everybody. I actually got a countdown this time. So here we are, Spirit Sessions, A View of the Light, right here on our very own page. Come on in, everyone. Bex is going to share this to the Akashic Academy. Bex is back from vacation, and we're so excited. But we switched out Rhonda. She's on vacation now. We all need it sometimes. What can you do, right? We all need it. So Rhonda's heart is with us in every way possible. We've got Keira, Lani here. Woo-hoo-hoo. We've got Haylee, Lynn. Woo-hoo-hoo. And 5 of us, including Rhonda, we have formed something truly amazing and truly sacred, and it was so synchronistic how it happened. Do you want to hear the story? Do you want to see what we all do together? It's going to be fun and fantastic. So I ask you all to share this out. Share this wherever you can. Spirit Sessions is still alive, doing our thing. So welcome, everyone. Welcome back from vacation, Bex.
Thank you.
So
what
glad
a
to see you there.
Right? I feel like I've come into a whole nother world.
Yes.
It's good.
Yes. It's a beautiful world. And Keira, welcome. Welcome. Come on in. Tell us. Good to have you here. Haylee, good to have you here this morning.
Good to see all of you guys.
Yeah, and I'm coming right now to appreciate that you guys are all the other time zones. And if Rhonda was here, well, actually we do. We represent all the time zones because Bex is Eastern, I'm Central, Haylee is Mountain, and Keira is Pacific. So,
Oh, wow.
So we're representing the U.S. and all this pretty well today. Woohoo! So there was something pretty amazing that we did a few weeks ago, and it happened much quicker than any of us thought. I mean, I don't even think we planned to have this happen, what we pulled together. Did we know? We had no idea.
It was a whirlwind, literally.
It was, and now it's turned into something amazing. And so, Keira, before the show, we all volunteered you to speak about this. Will you come and tell us about the magic that happened that day?
Absolutely. Oh, it's so good to be back with you, sisters. I know we're missing Rhonda, so we don't have our Canadian representative today, but yeah, so I'm going to take us back just a little bit farther than you asked because
Okay.
it's pretty magical, really. A little over a year ago, I first met Teresa Warren, and I was a guest on Spirit Sessions pretty soon after, and that's when I met Bex and Rhonda. And I have gotten to actually visit Rhonda in Eastern Ontario and see her amazing trees and her horses and her birds. And I'm feeling like really calling in the resonance that we all share with our connection to spirit and the natural world. And Teresa, I was blessed to work with one-on-one and in a small group in Qigong, and then she and I did some full moon ceremonies for 5 months. We did full moon ceremonies with different guests, and so we've been building this relationship over time. And Teresa and Bex and Rhonda started doing these readings, and then one day, here's Haylee and Bex and Teresa, and I had gotten in the habit of just dropping in and saying hi and just giving my sisters some support when I see them popping up on their live readings. And this particular day, I had just reached out to Teresa. I don't even remember exactly why, but I was like, hey, Teresa, can we jump on a call for a few minutes? And Teresa said, well, I'm just about to go live and do some live readings. And I said, okay. And I was like, I'm going to go give them some support. And I popped over and I was like, hey, sisters, good to see you today. I'm so happy you're here. And And then I got sucked in, and I started having all this information come through. They were doing readings, and all of this information started coming through, and I started like adding in, oh, Karen, I'm also seeing this, and I'm also feeling that, and adding in my information that was coming through. And so when I talked to Teresa later, I said, wow, that was so much fun. I would love to drop in and share some readings with you all. And my idea was, oh, sometimes one of them can't make it, and I could just fill in for them, and it would be really fun to have this fun interaction where, you know, it feels like we're all in our living room together when we get on these videos, and we just kind of start sharing our dreams and our experiences and our lives. And so then I get this message from Haylee a couple days later, and it says, hey, I heard that you want to do readings with me and Bex and Rhonda and Teresa. And I was like, what? Oh, that wasn't what I thought, but hey, that sounds like fun. And I'm kind of a yes woman. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Let's go. Let's jump in. And so it was going to be just this one-off, like, oh, let's do this fun thing together. And then we started a group message, and we started going back and forth, and all of this, I guess it was the Gemini moon, because if you all know about Gemini, Gemini is the twins, and it's all about communication and ruled by Mercury. And so it's all about connection and communication and working together. And so all of a sudden we had a new page, and we had scheduled a show, and here we are going, what just happened? We have this new page, and in 24 hours, we had over 500 likes on our new page, because the five of us were like, okay, let's go, let's do it, let's jump in and make a show. And Rhonda was a little bit behind, but she was like, oh yeah, I'm game too, let's jump right in and do this. And all of a sudden, there we are with, I think we had 7 people sign up for our first reading or something like that. And then we did the second one. We had 8 people before we even went live, and it just turned into this magic. Oh, and I want to share about the snakes, because we were talking about
Okay,
this.
yeah, let's do that.
And I don't remember all the details, so you ladies will have to help me. But we all had just had either a dream or real life encounter with a snake right at the time that came. And I had just had a real life encounter with a snake on my birthday, but then right before we jumped in, and I had a dream with a giant snake that I was like cuddling with in my dream. And it was the strangest thing, because I'm not really a snake cuddler. I know some people like to go under their boas and cuddle. And I actually just found out that my neighbor here is a snake priestess, and I just found that out. I haven't told anybody in this group about it.
That's going to be exciting.
She does these events where she takes her snakes and dances with them, and then she lets you hold the snakes. She has a baby one for people that are scared of snakes, and then she has big ones.
Yeah.
And you can lay down and let the snake crawl over you. And so I think I'm feeling like calling in the snake energy today, because there's been a lot of heaviness and transformation going on in the energy right now. And so because I was hearing from Teresa and from Bex and from myself, and Haylee was a little quiet on our call earlier, so I'm not sure what all is going on with her except for finding wild sage. And so that's a great contribution. But I was noticing that a lot of us are going through this shedding of skins, and shedding another layer of skin and another layer, and really getting to the core, the essence of our being. And so I really want to bring that energy in to the collective for all of you out there, whether you're watching us live or watching the replay, whether you're able to come to our live reading event tomorrow or not, that you can recognize the power that's happening right now in the collective, the opportunity to release these old skins, to take off your old mask and really reveal your true essence, your true purpose. And this is so much my work I do with myself and with my clients to really bring forth your true gifts into the world. And so this is this story has kind of morphed into more and more words coming out of my mouth. So I'd love to hear from all of the sisters, what else is coming through for you all right now?
It was definitely something that took us over, not that we were really, it wasn't like we were all like, oh, hey, we should do this. It was kind of like, this is what's happening. Go with it, I love that because, when that powerful flow hits you, you just got to buckle up and go with it. You can't really fight that, and we've had such an amazing time together being able to bring through these readings and how amazing the synchronicities are that come through us. We're all pulling from different decks or channeling different, through our as the vessel being the channeler, and we still end up having such similar, it's like a story when we all share, the channeling that comes through. It's like we all have a piece of the story for the person we're reading for. And I found that to be so powerful. It's awesome. It's really cool to be part of this. So I love you guys.
It was fun. And all of our 5 different cards and channelings all related. Like you said, we each had a different piece of the picture. And then you as the artist, Bex, who does the graphic, when you did our graphic, there was another miracle that happened there. What was that with the little
Yeah,
things?
I just started finding symbols. Like you and Rhonda and I have always had our own symbols for, like, I'm the mermaid, Rhonda's the unicorn, and you're the dragon. And we always kind of joke about that. We never see below the waist or below the chest when we're live. So we don't know what our legs look like. I could have a mermaid fin and you could have a dragon tail, and Rhonda's got, the unicorn legs or whatever. But so we've always joked about that. And then when Haylee and Keira came in, I found immediately symbols for them as well, and it was like such perfect. It was beyond perfect. So I was like, hey, what if we put those on the graphic? And it came up as, each symbol represented an element, and it wasn't on purpose. It just happened to fall into the place that way. And yeah, it was very cool that we were not only bringing in, different time zones and different energies, but we also were bringing in the elements with us, so that was just
crazy.
Yeah.
Literally everything. We all have a piece of everything that creates one beautiful collective energy, and that's super powerful. And we didn't even have to think about it, really. It was already planned out. It all just kind of grew and happened on its own, and all we had to do was say yes and step into a new experience together. So it was really
and I remember you were the most passionate, Haylee. You were like, this is going to be big. I can feel this. This is really good. And we're just like,
I was like, I'm so excited.
Yeah. And for me, I was like, okay, I gotta brace myself. Like, I can feel something big stirring. Yeah. It's so cool.
So I feel like there are people, there may be people watching us who have no idea what we're talking about. So maybe let's take a step back and
okay, let's do it.
You all. The 4 of us plus Rhonda Elliott have formed a collective that we are calling Sacred Sisterhood Guidance, and we are doing 5-part readings, which is really super powerful because each person who comes in to request one of these readings, which we are offering for $44.44 for whoever wants to jump in, and people who don't have the funds can come and watch and receive the wisdom, because we are one collective. And this is what we were really recognizing today, is that we all go through the energies in the same time, in the same patterns, because we're all connected. We are all part of one collective. And so we're doing our next one tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, for those of you that want to mark it on your calendar and join us. And I think we'll probably put a link in the comments. Maybe I can even do that while we're on the video.
Woohoo.
And so you can jump in and reserve your spot. It seems like we can serve about 8 people in 2 hours,
Yeah,
because it
yeah,
takes time for the 5 of us to
yeah.
bring through the information. And I'd love to hear if anyone is watching who has received a reading from us on one of our last 2 shows. I'd love if you could drop in a comment about what that was like for you, and why might someone want to do this. And gosh, there was something else that was coming through. It'll come back, I'm sure. But I just wanted to take that step back so you all know what we're talking about, because it really did happen so fast that none of us really knew what happened. Like, we all were like, okay, what just happened? That was really fun. And now we have this page, and we have this group, and we have this new service, and it's still in the process of unfolding at this time, because we don't really know where this is taking us. And this is one of the magical powers of surrendering to letting those skins fall away and just stepping into what is present and real in the moment. And this is, I feel, so much what it's about, is each one of us being willing to say, okay, this is the now, and we are going to show up in the now. And maybe we don't always feel like showing up, but we just be present with that. Yeah.
Awesome. I just have to say, I love how you here, Keira, you're the grounding force. Here we are, I'm water, Teresa's air, and Haylee's spirit. And we're all like, woo! And you come in here like, let's bring it back. Let's take it back down.
Let's
Because we need
chill.
it. Let's take a breath. It just speaks volumes for the different, the different elements that we are and the different energies that we hold. And yeah, that's exactly, the reading will come in. Rhonda grounds us, and Keira grounds us, and the 3 of us are like, we rush in, and it brings the whole package together in such a powerful way. It's like, it's intense and beautiful, and, really just the messages that come through are so profound, because there's healing aspects that come through, and there's clarity aspects, and there's, how to take steps forward, and just so many really powerful things that when you're, especially right now as we're going through these massive changes, of just pulling back all these layers of ourselves, like you said, being able to understand why we're going through this and what this means for us really gives you the power to harness it and be able to really hold space for what becoming really is, right? So I love it. I think this is a pivotal time for us to be able to really hold space for that together as the 5 of us. And who knew, that 5 would be so powerful. It's all about positive changes, for
Yeah.
numerology.
Yeah.
So that's really what we're able to, like a catalyst, right? So
Totally.
it's so cool.
And on our page, which, like we said, is called Sacred Sister Guidance, Sisterhood Guidance, Sacred Sisterhood Guidance. Not only do we have our events where you can get a chance to be read by all 5 of us, and we'll pull a card for you and bring through the channeled information, but every single day, one of us has a day that we come forward with a card of the day as well. So you get from us every day, plus the events that we invite you to. So it's really exciting. What do you guys feel like about pulling cards today? Can we pull cards for the collective?
Absolutely. We'll give a
Yeah.
little taste of what we do.
And let's, I just looked down at my phone, and I saw there were 13 people watching at the moment.
Oh, nice.
So I wanted
And you can read
to,
the comments too if you wanted to read any of the comments, because I don't have.
could look at the comments. There are comments. Okay, I can see comments. But I wanted to call in the power of the number 4. It's really been a powerful catalyst in our group, and so it's interesting to me that we ended up being 4 instead of 5 today, because that was actually what pulled me in, which I didn't mention in the story earlier, was I have been on a path of 4s since June. I was on a road trip in June, and I started seeing everywhere. It was like 244, and like my hotel room was 144, and
Wow.
then I was passing 244, 444. It was like fours everywhere. And so I called up Krista of Synchronista and I said,
Yeah.
hey, what is the fours? And I started like really tuning in to being guided by the fours. And it was either 11:44 or 1:44 or something like that, right when I popped on to the video. And then it came up like again and again and again. And so for me, the fact that Rhonda was pulled off into the wilderness for this show and it's just the four of us is another powerful moment. And the dance between the four and the five and the 144,000 number, the angels guiding us. There is some real magic happening here that is escaping the words. It's my words cannot do justice to the power that is coming through this collective. And so any way that your mind wants to analyze the situation or decide why such and such is supposed to be, let's release that for now and drop into trust in the magic, trust in the power. And this is for each and every one of you, whether you're watching live or watching the replay. Tune into how can you trust the moment and trust the message that's coming through just for you, because there is some reason which maybe your analytical mind cannot see or speak to, that you happen to have shown up in this moment to receive this wisdom. And we're going to bring through some wisdom for the collective. And so tune in. If you're watching us live or even on the replay, tune in your energy right now into the collective and let's make some magic together, because each one is important to the whole.
Ahead of time, our friend Rhonda, who's out in the wilderness, has sent a card, and I can't bring through her intuitive skills, but I can show you the card that she picked. It was from Kyle Gray's deck, Angels and Ancestors, and the artwork is by Lily Moses, and this is actually on the cover. So this is what Rhonda brought through for all of us. And I will read. It says, you have a powerful animal within that can be wild, protective, instinctive, and even calm. Animals don't second guess how they feel, kind of like Keira sitting there saying, time to release, right? So no second guessing. Animals don't second guess how they feel, they just express it. And you can learn from that. When this card arises, it's important to connect with how you feel, how you want to feel, and what you really need. Take some time to connect with the animal nature and express it naturally. Let even the fiercest energy move through you before returning to your natural state. It will teach you a lot about your gifts and how you can grow. So, who's next? Show us your deck and show us your message.
Before we go on to the next card, I was really feeling my bear guardian today. And so when you pulled that card up, I was just really calling in, before you pulled the card up, I was really calling in that grounding energy of, it's like each step when the paw comes down and you feel the earth. And so I'm inviting everyone to really feel into what is your inner animal guardian. How does that animal touch the earth? how does that animal move through the forest or the meadows or the ocean or the streams? And how can you embody that in the moment? Because there is so much wisdom in the animal spirits. And maybe it's the trees or the wind, but right now we're tuning into the animals, and I'm feeling Teresa's dragon and
Yes, yes.
the connection to the ocean animals. And so I'd love to invite you all out there watching, like when it let's take 3 breaths together and tune into what animal. Maybe there's a different animal that is coming through to guide you than you're used to. Like the bear is always present with me, but sometimes I'm really connected to a whale or bird. And so I'd love to hear in the comments what animal is coming through for each of you today as you tune into your inner wisdom.
I felt 3 actually. I have my usual fox, but then I could feel the dolphin, living for joy, and being able to see from a higher perspective. All 3 were coming in. So that was cool. I could see them like in a triangle, being able to, it's just something about that energy and me right in the middle.
Ooh.
That's beautiful. I have that.
How are you, Haylee?
Spirit chills.
I'm
love
very
that.
connected to lions, and so that was coming into my presence, just that kind of like stepping into your inner power kind of energy like we were talking about. And then I'm very drawn to owls as well, and I think that's about looking within to see, who we truly are and really honoring that place. So yeah.
Beautiful.
What else came through, Keira? Oh, me? I've been doing an animal, a dragon class, and so I'm feeling lots of dragons with me. I'm feeling the different energies. I've been working on merging earth dragons together within me, the male side, the female side, and merging them. And then I was working with the air dragons, merging them in. And next I'm going to go to the air dragons and then the water dragons and on and on and on. There's like a whole bunch that I'm going to do that's so much fun. And I can feel them in so much more of a greater way within me, because being that my higher self is a dragon, that really means I'm a dragon incarnate here. And the parts of me that I feel changing are really there within me to shapeshift into a dragon. So one day, you guys, keep watching. Not today, but another day.
I can't wait to see you breathe fire. It's coming.
It's happening.
Yes, it's coming. All right, well, I'm going to jump in to share mine because we're already at like half an hour, so we're really moving along quickly. I chose from the Keepers of the Light, which, of course, when these really powerful times hit, these cards absolutely bring through really big messages. So I love working with these. And they're also by Kyle Gray. And the card that came out, which could not be more perfect, is Soul Expansion. Right? So it's Mahavatar Babaji. And it says, your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connection between all things. And I think that's so important for us right now to realize that what we're going through, while it may be uncomfortable because we're feeling those shifts, it's not something that we haven't been preparing for. This is exactly why we're here. And it's us being able to really understand that what we are experiencing is so much bigger than what we see in front of us. It's so much bigger than what we allow ourselves to believe is happening right around us every day. This 3D world, this 3D matrix, this projection of who we are is being played out in front of us. But what's going on within us is so much bigger and so much grander. And as we start to understand that and really allow ourselves to tune in to ourselves, to our core, our essence, our soul, and allow ourselves to project that out, we're going to start to see more. We're going to start to understand more of what's really going on and how these bits and pieces of the matrix are falling away. So our attachment to them is really what we're shifting right now. Our attachment to the concepts of of family, our concepts of everyday life, our concepts of why we're here are being broken open to be even wider, to allow more room for who we really are to show up, right? So this is like, it's big and it's beautiful. And in the meantime, we're going, I don't know if I can do this, right? We're getting a little uncomfortable and we're trying to figure it out, but stop using your mind to try to sort this out. It's not going to help you. Tune into your heart. Your heart knows exactly what you're going through and why. And that's the most important thing you can do for yourself right now, is just to tune into your heart and say, okay, I trust this process. I trust that what I'm experiencing right now is exactly where I'm meant to be. And I know the growth and expansion that is in this is going to bring me to an even better version of me, which is why I'm here, right? So that's what was coming through.
Love that. Amazing.
Oh, beautiful. So, squeezing in between, I just want to share some of the animals that came through for people. Judy brought through the otter.
Ooh, playful,
Haram
feminine medicine.
Haram Anand brought owl, spider, and tiger. What a powerful combination. Wow.
Really, really, yeah.
Cindy Aldridge brought through an elephant, that like
Yes.
ancient wisdom and remembering
That's so
who
cool.
you really are. Lori Johnstone, eagle soaring high.
Yes. Ooh.
There was an eagle at the ceremony for my sister that we had on Sunday.
Ooh.
We were all sitting in circle in community, and only a couple people saw the eagle, but the energy was so powerful in that moment. And then Rita said she saw a sea turtle made from the moon and the owl in the card.
Oh.
And she also says having 100,000 dragons at your back really enlarges living.
Yes, no kidding.
And there were a couple of requests of how you can get a reading. I think I put the right link in the comments, so if it doesn't work, let me know and I'll make sure to correct it later. But there's a link where you can go and reserve your spot in tomorrow's reading for $44.44. And when we did the animals, I brought through the egret, the white crane heron. And then I felt called to share when we were scattering my sister's ashes on Tuesday. It was my sister's birthday. She would have been 43. She would have been 43. And we went to a special beach where my father and my grandmother were also laid to rest. And there's a tunnel there where my father swam when I was very, very young. And so we scattered her ashes and flowers. And the whole time that we were there, there was a seagull sitting on a rock watching us. And when we completed, the seagull flew down and flew into the tunnel and swam with her into the tunnel.
Wow.
And so I'm really feeling these white birds are bringing through new beginnings, opportunity to walk forward in life with no fear. I'm really feeling this, in this time of letting go and grieving. It's also an opportunity for new beginnings and new life and new growth. And so I'm inviting that energy in, and go ahead with who has the next card, because I'm still tuning into mine.
I can go. Yeah. So I'm going to use my Earth Magic deck. Ooh. And I love this card that I got. I got fire, and it represents passion.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And so not only is there like a fiery energy going around as of lately that everybody can feel, but it's also about stepping into our inner fire. So I'm very connected to that courageous lion energy. And I really am feeling that today, that there's shifts that are happening that are pushing us farther towards our passion. And now is the time to really break down those fear barriers and step into it, because there's a lot of people around that are like, you know what, I just realized I don't want to do this for the rest of my life, or I need to make a shift here, or, and even though it might seem chaotic at first, you're growing, you're expanding, you're realizing your true worth and what you are meant to do, and that's very, very powerful. And right now is just the time to say yes to opportunities that serve your soul, that give you that passion back in life, because it's all about playing and honoring who we really are. And we all deserve to live in our fullest potential. And now there's that really powerful energy to support us. So all we have to do is step into that power that we know we have and just go for it, you know, just go for it fearless. And I feel like that will really transcend us to a higher state of consciousness.
Mm.
Love that. Beautiful.
Wow. So, Haylee, was it you that said the owl?
Yeah, owl was
Yeah.
one of mine, yeah. Owl and the lion.
As you were speaking, I had 3 cards jump out of my deck, and 3 seems like a lot.
3 is my favorite number.
There you go.
Yeah, 3 is a good one, and 2 of them, I'm just going to show you the 3 together first.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
my
Look at
god.
that.
Owls.
Wow.
Wow.
And the owl. Okay, so I feel like this has some personal resonance for me with the combination of grief and letting go, and then stepping more strongly into the shamanic realms. I've been doing a lot of work on my year-long program that I'm going to be offering next year, and I really realized that it's deeper than just unleashing your inner healer. It's actually about going into the shamanic journeying of connecting to nature, connecting to your own true nature, the waking dream that this life is. And so this one, be the hunter, not the hunted. So as we tune into this card, what are you seeking? Are you allowing yourself permission to go after what you truly want? Is there still a part of you that is letting other people make decisions for you? So tune into what is it that you are calling in. Allow yourself to seek what you want out of life. It's not about what you think you should do, what other people think you should do. It's about you following your heart, your passion. And it might mean going into your deep, dark shadows and bringing to light what has shaped you. I had an opportunity to experience myself looking down on my parents and choosing them, not because they were going to make my life easy, but because they were going to teach me the lessons that I need to learn to be my true self. And so this is real, people. This is real. You have chosen this life, and you get to choose where you take it. So be the hunter, not the hunted. And this is number 44. So visions of life beyond death. And isn't this what I was just speaking to? The life beyond death, that when death touches you, and this can be the small death of losing the opportunity that you thought was the one for you and having to look for a new one. This can be the loss of a dearly beloved, like my little sister who just left. And I am very familiar with loss of life and living with death in the family. But it's not about living with death. It's about living beyond death. And so whatever you may have lost in your life, it's making room for what is really for you. And so in that process of allowing yourself to live, be in the moment right now. What is real? What is alive? What is alive right now in this moment? Tune into that. And here we have not only the owl, but the raven and the peacock. And the grandmother here is wearing a spider web on her head, and the full moon. Oh, there is so much magic in this card. So allow yourself to dream big. This is really saying, don't just allow yourself to seek that one thing. Allow yourself to dream big. Create this vision of life that is larger than life. The true opportunities are actually beyond your wildest dreams. So let yourself dream big. And then this one, the perfection of your life. I love how they kind of lead into each other. So seeking what your heart truly desires, allow yourself to dream big, and then recognize that wherever you are right now in this moment is right where you're meant to be. Just like I was able to witness that all the trauma that I went through in my childhood was perfectly designed to put me where I am now with the wisdom that I can bring through to help others. Whatever you are experiencing right now, even the most difficult pieces of life, are really perfectly designed to give you what you need. So allow yourself to believe and trust and surrender into the perfection of your life. Wow. Oh, and this is from giving credit where credit is due. This is from Alana Fairchild's Sacred Rebel Oracle.
Oh, beautiful.
I feel like what also was coming through with that is this ego death is happening, and honoring the ego death that's happening. You know, as we're losing the identity of what we thought we were or what we thought we needed to be, or just being able to expand past that. But there is a lot of death happening, and it's just a shifting, a transformation. It's not the end of anything. It's really just a new beginning.
It's a rebirth. We just need to create, less resistance. Just being willing to let go what is ready to be let go energetically.
And then I continue this, and I concur with all of you. I'm pulling from the Archangel Animal decks by Diana Cooper, who's been so important on my path. I've got butterfly, so you guys already know what's coming. Isn't that just right? The butterfly here? Yeah. Now, what I love about Diana Cooper's cards is she tells us where these animals come from. And let me see. Yeah, they're fifth dimensional. And the butterflies come from Orion, which, Keira, is where the bears come from, Orion. And that's where a lot of dragons come from. And me, that's where I'm a starseed from, is Orion. So we're representing Orion here. Now, as we all know, it is about transformation, whereas the snakes are kind of about transmuting energy up higher and bringing the best and shedding. This is about what this card is really saying is about we're going through all the things we go through. We're acknowledging that we've had the eclipses, the full moons, the new moons, and so many things happening. We've been working and bringing in our shadow selves and not condemning them, but loving them and accepting them and then setting them free. All of that has put us into this cocoon. And in that cocoon, the most amazing things happen. There's that total meltdown of who we were and getting back together into who it is now. So as we're breaking out of that cocoon, we don't just take off. Have you ever seen butterflies? What they do is they spend hours drying their wings, just stretching out and feeling that. And so this card is reminding us to take that time to go within, to feel your new self, who you are, feel what it means to you, where it's going to take you, and then you're going to be ready to use those wings to fly. Butterflies are also messages from angels. They bring messages to you. So pay attention to any of the butterflies that come to you and see them as a reminder, asking you to just slow down a minute and acknowledge all the changes that you've been through, all the beauty within you that's ready to go. So, butterfly.
Wow.
Ah,
Powerful.
we have fun.
This is awesome. I love the butterfly came through, and that sense of just complete dissolution when the caterpillar goes into that cocoon. There's almost nothing of the caterpillar left that turns into the butterfly, and the one piece that comes from the caterpillar to the butterfly is called an imaginal cell. The imaginal cells are what creates the butterfly. And so I love taking that word and applying it to our own personal transformation. What are you imagining that you can create out of essentially nothing, out of just dissolving what you have made, like the constructs? It's like dissolving the construct of who you think you are and allowing that imaginal cell to inform the new you and the new life. And I do love how these cards have all created a story just like they always do. It's so beautiful.
It does. It does. It works beautiful.
Seriously.
And so in the links, you guys, look for the links to join us, because tomorrow night we're doing another one of our events. 7 Eastern Time, 6 Central Time, 5 Mountain Time, and 4 Pacific Time. Yeah, I'm getting those times down. Yeah, we do it. And so it's so much fun. And you can't make this stuff up, how well these things all fit together. The powerful messages that come through my sisters is beautiful. And tomorrow night, Rhonda will be back, won't she? Yeah. Okay, I thought so. Yeah.
As far as
And
I
Rhonda
know.
will be back. Yeah, as far as I know. Safe travels there, Rhonda, you know. And then you'll have all of us together. So if you want a little bit of magic in your life, or even a whole lot, what are you willing to take? Come and join us tomorrow, and it'll be fun. And so, Bex, would you like to close us out?
Sure, I would love to. So yeah, tomorrow night at 7, and basically, as you can see, we tell a story of what you're going through and what steps you can take and how you're healing, and it's really beautiful to be able to see how someone is unfolding in such powerful ways. That's it's a gift for us to be able to do this and to hold space for your becoming, as we channel the messages for you. And, to get all 5 of us for a low price of $44.44 is, you're not going to find that anywhere else. It's really an amazing deal. And again, it's just our honor to be able to do it. So we would love for you to join us. And the link to book your sessions for tomorrow is in the comments. I saw that Keira posted it, and it does work. I checked. So it's good to go. And please also like our page, the Sacred Sisterhood Guidance page, if you want to hop over there and like it. The link is somewhere in the description as well, or we'll put it in the comments. And please like the Spirit Sessions page. This is our first show from our Spirit Sessions page. We're so excited that we're on this new journey. And for all of our Akashic Academy family that is joining us today, we love you so much. And I'm sorry I didn't get to say goodbye last week, but it's not goodbye, because you're going to come join us here. And we love you so much. And we're so honored that you joined us for our journey for this year and 8 months it's been that we have been doing this. It's been just such a blessing in my life to really help me on my journey as well. So we hope you continue the journey with us. And we're not leaving. We're just becoming something even bigger. And I know I heard that whoever shared out last week wanted a reading with me. So I did look that up. And Nancy Louise, I'm going to be contacting you and
Woo.
I will be scheduling your reading. So congratulations, Nancy. I
Yay,
look forward to
Nancy.
hanging out with you and pulling some cards and seeing what's going on with you right now. And I think, is there anything else? If there's anything else. We don't have the same announcements anymore, so I'm lost.
I know, yeah, it's not the
What do you
same.
mean? What happened? But yeah, please like our page and share it out. And yeah, we love this. We love you guys, and we hope you have a really blessed week.
And in the description of our show is the ways to get a hold of Haylee and Keira, Rhonda, Bex, and myself. So click on the links and
Yes, we are
have
all
some more fun with
powerhouses
it.
in our own, yeah. And so we all offer amazing services, healing and readings, and lucid dreaming. Haley's a master of lucid dreaming. If you're ever interested in that, check that out. And Keira with her Qigong and oh, beautiful stuff, you guys. You really should check out the pages. And Teresa with her Akashic Academy, Akashic Records readings and channeling angels and her dragon work and all of that. Rhonda does the Reiki, and I do readings, and we're just here. We're holding space for everyone as we're all moving through these changes, and it's cool. It's very cool. I'm excited. And
Oh, yeah.
passion, so I'm happy to show up.
Definitely.
So thank you guys for being our guests. I honor you, and I love you each. And it's just like a super group in rock and roll, right? The rock and roll, we're the girl band. They've all been famous in other bands and done their things, but they all got together and formed a super group, and that's us right now. So,
Yes.
I love it. Yes, yes. So, be looking forward to seeing you all, and love you so much. Namaste.
Namaste.